Okay, I kind of jumped ahead, so I'm going to have to piece these together for you. But right now I'm using the milling machine, and what we're doing is we're building a new prototype power graver using a compressed air. And this one's going to be smaller than the one we generally sell. And the reason for that is I'm hoping that we can use less air and have a little more control over the impact, whatever. So what we're doing right now, coming over here, is this is the prototype. We generally make them out of steel, but I'm going to build this out of aluminum just for pure simplicity. And once we get a prototype built and see if it'll work, then we'll go ahead and revamp and tool up the right way. So this isn't wrong. It's just it's not a design that we can use. We just want to test it. So we'll continue with this. I'm not going to sit and do all the drilling for you in front of you. That's boring. But we're a CNC running mill, so you can see it coming down. And I need to go down another 30 thousandths, 40 thousandths, somewhere in there, and 30 to 40 thousandths down. So where we're at is we're going to use a 5/16 piston rather than a 3/8, and I'm centered 0 on the Y and X, and then I move the X 215 thousandths to the right. It doesn't matter which way I go. So it's just I do it to the right because it's easier to do the mathematics for it. And then we're going to do the drilling. There'll be a couple of holes here on the top. One for air escape, and the other one to pin the valve body. So you'll see kind of more how we're doing this. Okay, enough for now. Good evening. Well, we've done some machining on the prototype, which is right here, and then this is one we manufactured. So down here is your valve body, and does it look familiar? Here is your collets for the larger one, and this is the collet. So we're going to try and use, or similar to, the smaller prototype. I'm not going to get into the names of the companies, but you can buy these online, and this is one of their gravers. I'm showing you a little bit of what we do. Now this is our graver, blank here, and it's about the same diameter as theirs. It might be a little smaller, not real sure. Looks like when I put it inside the collet holder, it's a little looser, so that's not a problem. We can drill this down quite a ways and drill it as a 3mm. So this is the handle. We made it. This one's out of steel, but all of the handles we make for the heavy-duty graver here is aluminum. So that should give you an idea of what we're doing here. So hopefully the next step is going to be some fittings and some O-ring stuff, and then we're going to have to make the valve body. This one here is a 1-inch valve body, and this is 3/4 inch, so it's considerably smaller. So I'm not sure that I can actually make a valve body that'll work. We'll give it a try. So it basically will look the same as the bigger graver that we had that when we were selling these online. And by the way, they work absolutely fine, and I think I'm going to show you some stone setting with it. I need to practice just a little bit more. I use a hand graver, but I did not realize that these will work just as well. So there is some tricks to this that I think aid the jeweler or the what would be jeweler, and of course you can engrave with it. So I've had no problem engraving with it, other than I'm not an expert graver. So, and the other problem is that it's extremely hard to photograph or video what you're doing. My hands get in the way and everything else, and I don't have a real good way of doing it, and I can't mount a scope. So, we have to do the best we can on that. But I will try and demonstrate some other stuff coming up with these gravers. And I'll keep you in line here on the new prototype that we're building, and we'll see how well that works. I'm also started another project on gravers. Oops, sorry. I also started another project with gravers. We're using a pump system. So we built a rotary oscillating pump. So when the air goes in, it's got two chambers, and it allows the air to push in and then release. So your spring and your pneumatic gravers that use a pulse, this would be the same thing. And we're building one of those. And we're also building, so anyway, we'll put this back together and show you the difference here. Okay, pretty much have the barrel made. Kicking myself just a little bit. I wish that I would have made the where the threads go right here. I wish I'd have made that 7/8 instead of 3/4. Instead of 3/4, it would have made it a little easier to make the handle and get it spot on. But I think this will work. This is the body for it, but this is the body for my other graver. Let me put that in the picture here. There you go. So I've got to go ahead now and make a new body, new valve body, which will be 1/4, about 25% less, smaller than what this is now. And that's going to be the hard part. And I'm not sure whether that'll work or not, but I'll invest enough time to get this prototype finished, and then we'll put both of these as a demo, and we'll see how well they work. Now, bear in mind that this one here is made out of aluminum, I guess they call it. I call it aluminum. Aluminum. Okay. This here, you can get these on the eBay. You can buy like 8 or 9 of them at a time, or 5 of them at a time, whatever you want to buy. And I haven't quite decided whether I want to just build 20 or 30 of them and build 6 of these up if it works. But if we do it, everything will be out of steel, with the exception of the handle. These seem to like they would work. I over-drilled this up here, excuse me. I over-drilled this just a little bit. It's too loose. So I'll have to build one for this one here. But I think it'd be a lot easier if I just bought these to go with our graver. Seems to me like that's the way to do it. I'd drill these down a little further, though, if it was me. They didn't put them down far enough. I like them a little deeper in there, so your blade's sitting in there tighter. Okay, well, you can see where we're at tonight. So, we are coming out with a lot more graver tools in the future, and I'll go into that with you here as we do it. Okay, we are making, like I said, some new tools for engraving, and I think hopefully they'll be out this fall or late somewhere to hopefully between October and December. We're building a power hone, a diamond that holds diamond blades, 6, 12, 3,000 grit. Be a lot easier once we develop a power hone that will work with our Graver templates. So that's another thing we're working on, are the templates. And I think the whole line will be developed at an extremely reasonable cost. So stay tuned to and hopefully we'll get those projects going here soon. So once again, thanks for watching.